शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्ते। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः. Okay, we'll get started. So morning we just saw a quick introduction, do's and don'ts for the questions. Now we will look into the calculation of chamograhas, right? So the way the chamograhas are calculated are totally different from the way the normal horoscope is calculated. Then we need to know three other points: Udaya, Aarudha, Kavipu. If these four are done, then you're good to go. This I will rush through at a speed only. You just need to know the differences, how it works. The actual calculation, you can use Veda Hora and get your chart calculated. I will also tell about what variations are there in the market so that you are aware of what is happening. Okay. Okay. So now there is a concept called Dik Chakra. Many of you may be already aware, right? So what are the directions? We have 10 directions as per Vedic astrology, right? So if you look at Amara Kosha, when we say Disa, it is Dasa Disa. For us Hindus, it is always 10 directions. Okay. If whether it be Brahma Sutras or whether it be some other text or whatever, if they say this say, then it is Dasa Disa. Okay. So what are they? They are the four cardinal directions, four interim directions, plus up and down directions. You all know that each direction has an associated devata, right? For example, east has Indra, southeast Agni, south Yama, southwest Niriti, west is Varuna, northwest is Vayu, Kubera is north, Ishana is northeast. What is up? Is it Ananta or Brahma? Up is Ananta and down is Brahma. So if you want to represent it, you can represent it pictorially like this, right? So this is an important picture. So this is one chakra, Dik Chakra. This is something which you already know in a different fashion. But now redo it in this fashion and keep it. Okay. Now you would have seen Grahas been associated to this Dik Chakra. Northeast is Jupiter, east is Sun, southeast is what? Venus, and so on, right? Are you aware of the Dik Chakra?
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll go through that quickly. East is Sun, southeast is Venus, south is Mars, southwest is Mercury, west is Saturn, northwest is Moon, north is
Mercury.
northeast is Jupiter. Okay. And then up is Ketu, down is Lagna. Okay. Now when you come to Jamakol, you will use Kala Chakra, where the order is different. This direction, the DT of the directions are all the same, but the grahas associated to the chart are going to be different. Clear? We will see that. Okay. So now this is what I told you, right? The chakra. South in Sun, Venus, Mars, Rahu, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter. I think I said southwest Mercury. Southwest should be Rahu. Okay, make it clear. This is something which you all know already. Okay. Now we'll come to Dik Chakra. In Dik Chakra, the Graha order changes. This is the most important part. Okay, this Kala Chakra order was originally given in a commentary called Vriddha Karikas, which is a commentary on Jaimini Upadesa Sutras. So this is much more older. Jinendra Mala borrowed this concept and then developed this concept further. This concept of Kala Chakra is also there in Prashna Marga. I can give you the exact reference next week. Okay, so it's not something which was totally new. It is an intermixture between all astrology branches only. Okay. Don't get disturbed that this is Jaimini, this is Jamakol, this is Prashna and all, right? All of them are interlinked. Okay. Now, here Kala Chakra, east is sun. South, always we start with east. Okay. There is a reason for that. One of these days I will try to explain on that. Then southeast is Mars. South is Jupiter. Southwest is Mercury. West is Venus. Northwest is Saturn. And north is Moon. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Now comes the interesting part. What is this circle? This circle is 360 degrees. Correct? So this circle is 360 degrees. Correct? Now I have 8 directions. Now when I talk about Kala Chakra, what happened to the remaining 2 directions? North and down. Sorry, up and down. That is one question which we have to answer. Correct? So up and down are still there. Up is going to be Ketu. Down will be Lagna. Okay. So what you have here, it will go be different to that. Okay. Now, here what happened? Here you have 360 degrees. And now you have 8 directions. When I divide the 360 degrees into 8 directions, I get 45 degrees. So at any point in time, the chamagraha will be 45 degrees between each other. This will be the order they follow. Sun, after Sun, Mars will come. After Mars, Jupiter will come. After Jupiter, Mercury will come. After Mercury, Venus will come. After Venus, Saturn will come. After Saturn, Moon has to come. After Moon, Rahu has to come. Between Sun and Venus, there has to be 180 degrees. Between Rahu and Mercury, there has to be 180 degrees. Right? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Between Moon and Jupiter, it will always be 180 degrees. And between Mars and Saturn, it will be 180 degrees. Okay. Now, you understood the order. Okay. Now we will see how it has to be done. Now, first confusion starts. Okay. Before we go there, there are 2 things. Okay. Now, there is something called as yama and jama. Yama means 3 hours. Jama means 1.5 hours. So a day is divided into 8 yama. So which means there are 8 yamas. So which means what happens? There are going to be 3 hours. For every 3 hours, there's 1 yama. Jama is between sunrise to sunset or between sunset to sunrise. So there are 16 jamas in a day, which means 1 jama is going to be for 1.5 hours. Is this clear? So 1 yama is 3 hours. And it will start from 1 day sunrise and it will go till the next day sunrise, just before next day sunrise. Similarly, we will do this and the yama order is always fixed. Okay. 3 to 6 a.m. is always Rahu yama. 3 to 6 is what? 3 to 6 will start here. Okay. Then 6 to 9 will be sunrise, right? So at sunrise, sun will be the yama. Then 9 to 12 will be Mars. 12 to 3 will be Jupiter. 3 to 6 p.m. will be Mercury. So today at 4 o'clock, we are starting to learn. So we are learning in the yama of Mercury. Remember, I'm using the Kala Chakra for both yama as well as jama. Okay. The difference is the way I will split it in 1.5 hours or 6 to 9 p.m. Right? Then this will be 9 to 12. And then this will be midnight to early morning 3 a.m. Okay. So far, so good. You can use the reactions button to tell. Okay. You can send a thumbs up or whatever, and then I'll follow it on. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Then we'll go to the next part, right? Now, Jama. So, Jama, okay, before that, two more terms. Dinamana is the length of the duration from sunrise till sunset. Ratrimana is the length of the night duration from sunset to just before the sunrise of the next day. Okay. Now we are going to get into the hardcore Jamagraha preparation, right? So what we will do first, all of you know the South Indian chart. Okay. For the purpose of this class, I will use South Indian charts. Okay. You can, for your practice, you can use whatever color, whatever you want to use. Okay. So now you have the inner chart, right? So you have Mesha, Rishabha, and all that, right? 3, 4, 5, Kanya, Tula, Richika, Dhanur, and so on and so forth, right? And Meena. Now, there are two schools of thought. First school says we will ignore all fixed signs for Jamakol, Jamagraha. That is because they are thinking, I have 12 boxes, but I have only 8 grahas. I have to put 8 grahas in 12 boxes. No, I'll ignore the fixed signs. I'll put them in 8 grahas in 8 boxes. That approach is wrong. So don't use this approach. Okay. This approach is wrong. We will use all 12 rasis. Okay. So which means this is 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? So all 12 will be used. Okay. So I'll tell you how to use that. We'll go in elaborate slowly. Okay. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now, first conversion between time and degree. You have to keep in mind that we are going to go between time and degree rapidly. So you need to know which frame you are actually talking about. Are you talking about time or are you talking about degree? Okay. So first example, right? 24 hours. Okay. So we'll talk about Jamagraha itself. One Jamagraha travels the entire 360 degrees of space arc in 12 hours. Okay, that is the definition. Between sunrise to sunset, the Jamagraha will go through all the 12 signs. Okay, for our convenience sake, for a lot of software out there, they have made it into 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That also works. Okay. So all the 8 grahas will cover the 12 rasis within sunrise to sunset once, and within sunset to next day sunrise, just before next day sunrise, they will cover it. Okay. So which means 360 degrees of space arc is divided by 12. So what happens? In 1 hour, it will travel 30 degrees of space arc. Clear? 360 by 12. So 1 hour, it will travel 30 degrees of space arc. Now, divide it further. Or 1 degree will take 2 minutes to travel. So this is for Jamagraha. For Udhaya, it will be different. For Kavipu, it will be different. For Aarudham, it will be different. Okay. So you jot down Jamagraha. 1 degree of space, 2 minutes of time. Anti-clockwise. How Jamagraha will go is, it will go from 360 degrees, 359. At sunrise, it will be at 360 degrees. Then at sunset, it will be 0 degrees. At noon, it will be at 180 degrees. We will go through that in detail. Okay, I will help you visualize it. Don't worry too much about it. Okay. Then now let us start this, right? So we have the 12 signs. So for ease of understanding, I have put the numbers, right? Mesha, Rishabha, and so on. At 6 a.m., so you have 360 degrees, right? The first Jamagraha of the day is always ruled by the. So one important thing is the Jamagraha is actually based on the ruling planet of the day, which is by which I mean the Vara order, right? So if today is Monday, the ruling planet of the day is Moon. Okay. So at 6 o'clock on Monday, Moon will be at 360 degrees. If today is Thursday at 6 a.m., you will have Jupiter at 360 degrees. Is this clear?
Could you please tell me once again?
Okay. So on any particular day, take the Vara Lord. Monday means Monday, Tuesday means Mars, Thursday means Jupiter, like that, take the Vara Lord. At 6 a.m., sunrise on that day, that Graha will be at 360 degrees. So first we will determine the first starting point, right? To be the Jama Graha will be the Vara Lord. Then based on the time, we will put the Jama Graha in the 12 signs. Then we will subtract or add 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degrees, and so on to arrive at the other Grahas position. Don't worry too much. You understand that it is anti-clockwise. It goes this way, right? This way, and then this way. At 6 p.m., it will be at 0 degrees. Okay. Now, if you are a purist, you can say, I want to track it from sunrise to sunset. That is an option for that in Veda Hora. For the purpose of this class, we will use only 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is a default option. If you want to do research, you can use sunrise to sunset time for the Jamak Grahas also. Okay. Okay. Next. Shining time. So we already saw 1 hour means 30 degrees of time, right? So in 30 minutes, what will happen? It will be 15 degrees of time. Well, half of an hour is 30 minutes. Half of 30 degrees is 15 degrees, correct? So at 6:30 a.m., where will the Jamagraha be? It will be 360 minus 15 degrees or 345. Is this clear? Simple. 6 a.m. it was at 360 degrees. In half an hour, it would have traveled 15 degrees. Because it is going anti-clockwise, anti-zodiac, I am saying 360 minus 15 degrees. I am getting 345 degrees. Okay. Now, if it was going to be 1 hour has traveled, what will happen? You will subtract how many degrees? 30 degrees you will subtract, right? So at 7 p.m. what will happen? It will be at 330 degrees. Clear so far? Okay, we'll go through this. So 7:30, 7 o'clock, it will be at 330 degrees. At 8 o'clock, what will happen?
Not 315.
300 degree.
300 degree. Very good. Then at 9 o'clock,
Minus
Another
270.
minus 30, 270 degrees, right? Like that, you can just put the clock, you'll get the time. Okay? Is this clear? At 11 o'clock, it will be at 210 degrees. So at 11:04, what degree will it be? So another 2 degrees it will have gone, right? So 210 minus 2. My question was 11:04, correct? So at 11 it is at 210 degrees. 4 is 2 degrees. So I'll subtract. So I'll get 208 degrees at 11:04. Okay? Is this clear? See, don't worry too much. The software will do this for you. In the olden days, this calculation people did not even understand Kala Chakra. 20 years back, when they were getting taught, they used to have mug up the how to do this by day and all. Okay, so they used to memorize a lot of tables. Now, with one single diagram and the concept, you know how it works. Okay. Okay. So for the entire day, this is where how it will be. At 5 p.m. it will be at 30 degrees. At 5:59 it will be at 2 degrees. Okay. If you want, jot down this chart. I'll wait for a minute here. Or Mukundan, you can take a snapshot of this and send it to people.
Yeah, okay.
Snapshot done. Okay. So far, so easy. Any difficulties? No difficulties? Okay. Now, same thing you will do it in night time also. Instead of 6 a.m., you will put 6 p.m., 7 a.m., 7 p.m., 8 a.m. instead of that 8 p.m. Same thing will happen. Okay. Only thing is, instead of day, it is night. Instead of 3 p.m., you will put to 3 a.m. and so on. Okay. Now, first, how do I find out the Jama on Sunday? What will be the Jama Graha which I have to focus on Sunday?
Sun.
Sun. Very good. So at 7:46 a.m., where will sun be?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Okay. You have to tell the degree. So between 6 to 7, it will be in
3:45.
46 degrees, 46 minutes it's past. So how many degrees it is in Aquarius? Kumbha. So 46 by 2, 23, right?
20.
So 30 minus 23. So it will be 3 degrees Kumbha. Sorry, 7 degrees Kumbha, right? Are you getting it? So this is for you to learn how to apply
Could you
it
just
mentally.
repeat that? Could you just repeat that?
Can you explain?
Auntie,
Yeah.
you got the 7:46 a.m.
So
What's
what happens? 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. is Meena, right? Then 7 to 8 is going to be. What is happening? Why is my pen not working? 1 second. Hold on. Okay. So between 6 to 7, where will the Jamagraha be?
got it? You got it on a Sunday, so we start. So we start at
See, always,
okay.
so Sunday means Graha will be Sun. Always 6 a.m. you will
Okay.
start at Meena. 6 to 7 will be Meena. 7 to 8 will be Kumbha. Right? So that's a
Okay, that I
Swami
didn't know. I
people.
didn't know that. All right.
So that is the diagram which we just asked Mukundan to share in the class. Right? He'll share that, which we just saw.
Oh, okay. With that diagram, that's how it works.
Correct. Right?
Okay. Okay.
So now
Okay.
within the 7 to 8, it has traveled for 46 minutes. 46 minutes means what? This is time. In degrees, what will it be? It will be 23 degrees. Right? And the Graha is traveling from 330, it has traveled 23 degrees. So you have to subtract 23 degrees. So it will be 307 degrees. Is everyone clear on this?
Sir,
How
can
did
you
you get the
give more
23?
examples to calculate the degrees?
Yeah, we'll go through, don't worry.
How did you get the 23?
46 minutes becomes 23 degrees, right?
Okay.
Ma'am, for 1 degree, 2 minutes calculation was coming now. So since 46
Okay.
minutes
Okay.
have
Okay.
gone, so it will be 23.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how to assign the other grahas? We will see that, right? So, how do you assign the other grahas? So, Sun is now what? Aquarius 7 degrees. From Sun to Mars, what is the degree difference? It is standard, right? 45 degrees. We already told, right? Between Mars to Jupiter, it will be another 45 degrees. Between Jupiter to Mercury, it will be 45. From Mercury to Venus, 45. Venus to Saturn, it will be 45. Saturn to Moon, it will be 45. And Moon to Rahu, it will be 45. Rahu to Sun, it will be 45. So Sun minus 45 will give you Mars. Correct? So Mars will be at Dhanur 22. Then Dhanur minus 42, 45 will give you Jupiter. Right? That is, this Mars minus 45 will give you the Jupiter degree. Right? Then Jupiter minus 45 will give you Mercury. Mercury minus 45. I'm not going to do the math, okay? I'm just going to say at a high level and then do this. Will give you Venus. Venus minus 45 will give you Saturn. Saturn minus 45 will give you Moon. Moon minus 45 will give you Rahu. Rahu minus 45 will give you, should give you what? Sun. So you do that calculation. 22 degrees, species minus 45 degrees. Is it the Aquarius 7 degrees? Yes, correct. So then your maths is correct. Okay. Okay. Now where are the other grahas? So now you plot the grahas. So we plot the grahas on the outside, right? So based on the degree we got, Aquarius, Dhanur, Vrichika, Kanya, Simha, Mithuna, Rishabha, we put the grahas on the outside. Okay. The inner chart is for the transit chart. Okay. Don't put the Jama Grahas inside. This is only for transit. Okay. The Gochara chart. Outer chart is for the Jama Grahas. Okay. That is the convention which we will follow. Okay. Now, So we are talking about a Sunday at 6 a.m. Sun will be at 360 degrees. This is what we saw, right? So sun is at Meena. Okay. Now go to the next chart. Okay.